morning, friends. This week, we're going to be talking about Cycle 3, Week 18. And as usual, I have my normal things ready for us. I have a map for geography. I have my bag of fun. You never know what's going to be in it. So if you want to grab, if you have your fun stuffed animals or puppets or anything like that. And other than that, I think that's all you'll need. Stay tuned, it's coming up. Okay guys, for timeline this week, we're starting with the Cherokee Trail of Tears, U.S. westward expansion, Marx publishes the Communist Manifesto, the Compromise of 1850 and the Dred Scott Decision, U.S. restores trade with Japan, British Queen Victoria's rule over India, and Darwin publishes The Origin of Species. Now, if you're like me, just reading those is no fun when we have a song that goes with it. So here we go.
Cherokee Trail of Tears, U.S. westward expansion, Marx publishes the Communist Manifesto. The Compromise of 1850 and the Dred Scott Decision, U.S. restores trade with Japan. British Queen Victoria's rule over India, Darwin publishes The Origin of Species.
Okay, now, this time, I want you to stand up. And this song kind of makes me want to do this, a little dancing, something like that. So I want to see if you can show me your best dance moves while we play the song one more time. You ready?
Cherokee Trail of Tears, U.S. westward expansion, Marx publishes the Communist Manifesto. The Compromise of 1850 and the Dred Scott Decision, U.S. restores trade with Japan. British Queen Victoria's rule over India, Darwin publishes The Origin of Species.
All right, it's me again. Now, we're not going to play it anymore on here, but I want to encourage you to listen to this song a couple of more times. Maybe listen to the whole thing and point out when this week starts with Cherokee Trail of Tears. All right, see you in a minute. Okay, friends, for math this week, we're still talking about area of shapes, but this week we're going to talk about the area of a triangle. Now, I have this paper right here, and if you look at it, it says the area equals 1/2 of the base times height. Now, if you remember, we had another shape that was just area equals base times height. That was for a rectangle. So now a triangle is half of that. Now, why would that be? Because if you can imagine in your head, if you put both of these triangles together, it would look like what? You're right, it would look like a rectangle. So the area of a triangle equals 1/2 of the base times the height. Now, one more thing before we learn our song. If you notice, the height is right in the middle of the triangle. It's not one of the sides, it's in the middle. The line forms a right triangle. I'm giving you a lot of math words. So a right triangle makes a perfect square right here in the corner. And it's telling us that the height times the base, we take half of that. Area equals 1/2 base times height. So let's try it out. Ready? The area of a triangle equals 1/2 base times height. 1/2 base times height. The area of a triangle equals 1/2 base times height. 1/2 base times height. The area of a triangle equals 1/2 base times height, half base times height. Okay, guys, now it's time for history. And this week in history, it says, tell me about Pearl Harbor. On December 7th, 1941, the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor, Hawaii, causing the United States to join allies in World War II. Now, I have a couple of motions, but I'm also going to ask you to do something else. So, on December 7th, 1941, the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor, Hawaii, causing the United States to join the Allies in World War II. Before I play the song, though, I'm going to tell you that it sounds like a drum. So, I would find two things that can be your drumsticks. You can find, if you have drumsticks, or you could find pencils, anything like that, because what I want you to do is I want you to stand up and I want you to walk around like you're marching to the beat of a drum. Do you think you can do that while we sing the song? Okay. See, here's our drums.
On December 7th, 1941, the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor, Hawaii, causing the United States to join the Allies in World War II. On December 7th, 1941, the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor, Hawaii, causing the United States to join the Allies in World War II.
That was great. Okay, I'm going to play it one more time just so you have it, but I think you guys looked great walking around doing your drumming. So let's do that one again, just like we did. You ready?
On December 7th, 1941, the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor, Hawaii, causing the United States to join the Allies in World War II. On December 7th, 1941, the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor, Hawaii, causing the United States to join the Allies in World War II.
Okay, great. You guys were awesome being drummers. And next we have geography, so if you have your map, get it out. Okay, this week in geography, we're talking about the rivers in the West. They are the Red River, the Columbia River, the Colorado River, the Rio Grande River, and the Great Salt Lake. And if you remember last week, our song kind of stopped, and I said next week we're going to add on to it. So we're going to pick up at the end, Missouri, Arkansas, the Red River, Columbia, Colorado, and the Rio Grande River, and the Great Salt Lakes. That's supposed to be a maraca, but it's probably really loud. So let's try it again. Missouri, Arkansas, the Red River, Columbia, Colorado, and the Rio Grande River, and the Great Salt Lakes, and the Great Salt Lake. You can clap, you can shake a maraca, anything you want. So let's do it one more time. Missouri, Arkansas, and the Red River, Columbia, Colorado, the Rio Grande River, and the Great Salt Lake, and the Great Salt Lake. One more time. The Red River, the Columbia River, the Colorado River, the Rio Grande River, and the Great Salt Lake. Okay, this week in science, we are learning about the third 4 elements in the periodic table. So our question is, what are the third 4 elements in the periodic table by number, element, symbol, and mass? So our first one we have is fluorine. You kind of might have heard that word at the dentist before. And the number is 9. the symbol is F, and the mass is 19. Remember, CC just asks us to round the number. So even though this says 18.998, we're going to remember 19. The next one is neon. Now, I want you to think of a neon sign, those bright, bright signs. And that's neon. The number is 10. The symbol is NE, and the mass is 20. The next one is sodium. You probably have that on your kitchen table. It's what salt's made out of. Okay, the number is 11. The symbol is Na, and the mass is 22.990, or we would remember 23, right? Okay, and the last one today is magnesium. All right, magnesium is 12, Mg, and 24. All right, and you guessed it, we've got a song. It goes just like the other ones. What are the third four elements in the periodic table? By number, element, symbol, and mass. Here we go. 9, fluorine, 19, 10, neon, 20, 11, sodium, 23, and 12, magnesium, 24. Those big numbers are kind of hard to sing. Let's try it again. 9, fluorine, 19, 10, neon, 20, 11, sodium, 23, and 12, magnesium, 24. 9, fluorine, 19, and 10, neon, 20, 11, sodium, 23, and 12, magnesium, 24. 9, fluorine, 19, 10, neon, 20, 11, sodium, 23, and 12, magnesium, 24. Okay, this week for English, we're talking about the predicate part of the sentence. The predicate is that part of a sentence that says something about the subject. So last week we talked about the subject. So if we said the horse is galloping, the subject would be horse and the predicate would be is galloping because it's talking about the horse. So let's say that one more time. The predicate is that part of a sentence that says something about the subject. So I've got out my animals sheet again. So I want you to get up and I'm going to repeat something and you're going to act like that animal, okay? Let's do fly like a bird, okay? So I want you to fly like a bird and repeat after me. The predicate is that part of a sentence that says something about the subject. All right, good job. Now this time, we're going to swing like a monkey. Ooh, 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 ah, ah. You ready? Repeat after me. The predicate, ooh, ooh, is that part, ooh, ooh, of a sentence, ooh, ooh, that says, ooh, ooh, something about, ooh, 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 ah, the subject. Ooh, ooh, ooh. All right, let's do it one more time. And this time, I want you to prowl like a tiger. Can you do that? Oh, wait, you know what? Let's see. I do. So you may not have one of these, but I want you to prowl like a tiger. You ready? You're going to repeat after me. The predicate is that part of a sentence that says something about the subject. All right, now, don't forget that. Okay, friends, in Latin this week, I want to tell you that Miss Megan had to go listen on the app to make sure I said it right, because remember, I don't know Latin. I'm learning along with you. So this week, our Latin is these words right here. Now I'm going to point out before we read it. This word right here is going to say lux, like lux. Got that? And then this C, where we might say S, it's actually going to say K. So lucet. Got it? Lucet. So et lux in tenebres lucet. Repeat after me. Et lux in tenebres lucet. And the light shineth in the darkness. Got it? Okay, let's try it again. Et lux in tenebres lucet. And the light shineth in the darkness. One more time. Et lux in tenebres lucet. And the light shineth in the darkness. Okay, I've got a super fun idea, but I don't know how to do it on my phone, and it would just look pitch black. So what I want you to do, if mom or dad will let you, is I want you to go find a flashlight and find maybe like a little bathroom in your house. Like we have a little bathroom in the hallway, and turn the lights off with a flashlight and try to repeat this sentence. Et lux in tenebres lucet. And the light shineth in the darkness. So while you're in the dark, I want you to turn on the flashlight and read this part of the verse for John 1:5. Et lux in tenebres lucet, and the light shineth in the darkness. And I don't know about you, but I am so thankful that Jesus' light shines so bright in the darkness that we live in this world. So I want you to remember. All right, guys, well, that wraps up week 18. So as always, we're going to do some review, and we're going to go over everything that we did. So I want you to participate with me as we go over. First, we talked about the timeline, Cherokee Trail of Tears, U.S. westward expansion, Marx publishes the Communist Manifesto, the Compromise of 1850, and the Dred Scott decision. U.S. restores trade with Japan. British Queen Victoria's rule over India. Darwin publishes The Origin of Species. All right? And then for math, gotta get my shades on. The area of a triangle equals half base times height. Half base times height. And then, remember, we got out our drumsticks for history. On December 7th, 1941, the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor, Hawaii, causing the United States to join the Allies in World War II. Good job. And then we talked about the rivers. Let me get my map out again. And it went to our other song. We did Arkansas, Missouri, oh goodness, I can't get the tune right. Red River, Columbia River, Colorado, Rio Grande River, and the Great Salt Lakes. That one I kind of stumbled upon. Let's do that again. What do you think? The Red River, blah, blah, blah. Miss Megan is struggling, guys. Let's try it one more time. Red River, Columbia River, Colorado, the Rio Grande River, and the Great Salt Lakes. Da, 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 da. All right, you think we got that one? Maybe you and I both need to practice our geography this week. Okay, and then we talked about the third four elements in science. What are the third four elements in the periodic table by number, element, symbol, and mass? Let's try that again. What are the third four elements in the periodic table by number, element, symbol, and mass? Here we go. 9, fluorine, 19, and 10, neon, 20, 11, sodium, 23, and 12, magnesium, 24. Okay, for English, we said that the predicate is the part of a sentence that says something about the subject. And then in Latin, John 1:5 et lux in tenebris lucet, and the light shineth in the darkness. I hope this week that you see God's light shining so bright in your life. I pray that He is real to you and that you know how much He loves you and He cares for you. I hope you enjoyed practicing this week, and I can't wait to hear how you guys enjoyed watching the video. I'll talk to you soon. Bye!